Hello, hello, and welcome back to the 25 Days of Christmas. I'm V, and Pam is behind the camera today.
Hello.
And today we're doing a dish, and it's our take on the mushroom gravy. We are making this whole food plant-based, no oil, and we're giving the Kindred take on this mushroom gravy. Now, if you are a mushroom gravy lover, go down and give us a thumbs up. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's hit the recipe. So I have some shitake mushrooms. I brought the box of it. I think it's about a pound. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, they gave me the price. They didn't give me the poundage on it, but it was one of these boxes that was filled. And I have portabella mushrooms, which I'm gonna show you how I chopped it. The reason to chop it this way is just to make it a little more to, you know, the size. I didn't want a lot of size difference. And I have 2 cloves of garlic. I have 1 leek, which I will cut and wash and show you guys how to wash this. And I'm going to use some tamari. You can use soy sauce as well. I have some homemade broth, and I have some arrowroot, and I have some poultry seasoning. Or you can use our chicks mix. I was out of chicks mix, but I had leftover poultry seasoning, so that's what I'm using. And I'm going to use salt and pepper as I go. Now for the portabello.
And you just had 2 big caps.
Yeah, 2 big portabello caps. You know which ones look the fresh in the store. I just grabbed those. So because this is big, I'm going to probably make 4 big slices. And then I'm just going to come here and chop them up this way. And you know, the thing with mushroom, a lot of people say not to wash it, but I usually wash it before I cook it. And it's just something I do with every veggie. Mushroom is no different to me. And for the leek, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in the middle. And then I'm just going to take it under cold water and just rinse it real good. Because
and I think you do have to, because down on the green, where it gets toward the green part, you can get some dirt and sand in there.
Yeah.
And so you need to get between all those layers.
So, you know, just...
You can see somewhere.
Yeah.
See it in here.
Yeah. So you need to fan it out and wash it. You just don't want to be eating the dirt. Yeah. You know. Alright, now I'm just going to chop these up. This one is a little green, so not that the green part is bad, but it's just a little too
tough.
Yeah, it's tough, so you know. All right, it did throw some leeks.
And I really love leek. I think it's an underused
and
vegetable. You know, it's in the onion family, but it's mild.
It's mild, and yet the flavor is so amazing.
Yeah. But it's not as strong as like an onion.
Yeah. So,
or even a shallot.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different flavor, but it's milder.
Yeah. And then I have my garlic here. Now my pan is heating up, and I'm gonna try and make it high because I want some nice sear on my mushrooms. Well, this actually turned out to be 3 cloves of garlic.
Oh, two in one. One little tiny one.
Yeah, they had a baby. Alright, and when you saute your mushrooms, adding garlic to the end just adds such an amazing flavor to it. Just works well together. They're like best friends. And chop them up. And that's it. And what I'm gonna do now is, alright, so my pan is hot here. I'm gonna throw in my leeks. And I'm also gonna throw in my mushrooms at the same time. And you can use any mushroom you want, but it's all about, you know,
And check out your grocery store, because sometimes they, you know, we've discovered that we have a small Food Matters market here, and they just had
a variety,
a huge variety of mushrooms. So your local store might have more than you think.
Yeah. And the other thing is that when you're sauteing mushrooms, you don't want to season it until they're cooked, because if we season it right now, it's going to start taking out all the water before getting a sear. And the sear is where all the flavor comes out more in mushrooms. So you want to give them a chance to cook a little bit on their own and then go from there. So I'm going to let this go for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it up. Alright, now, as you can see, a lot of it has cooked down, and it's even gotten some sear.
And some nice color on the bottom of the pan.
Yeah.
That'll all come off in a bit.
So, I'm going to put my garlic, give it a chance to cook, and all the flavors to get to know each other. I'm trying.
I know. I see. The knife's too big.
And it's like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go.
When she adds a little broth in there, that'll take all that color up off the bottom. And then you can thicken it, and it'll be just so delicious. Do your kids like mushrooms?
My daughter does, my son doesn't.
Now see, my kids really loved mushrooms when they were younger, like toddlers. And now not as much.
No.
You know, I think their tastes have changed. You know, usually it's the opposite way.
Well,
you know?
my son tells me this. When I tell him, well, you used to eat this, he says, do you know that taste buds change every 10 days? I was like, how'd you know that? He
You're
goes,
like, man, school.
I know, right? All right, I'm going to start with a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And I already feel like it needs just a touch more. And then I think I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of this in total. And then I'm also going to add some tamari to this. Okay. Coming in with my broth.
And that's what, a cup?
Yeah. Starting with a cup. See? Look at the color.
Yeah. All coming up off the pan now.
And it smells good. I'm just going to simmer this just for a second. I have about half cup in here. I think I'm going to add a little bit more in here. I think I'm just going to add the whole cup. So I put 1 cup of water in there, broth in there, and I have 1 more cup of broth here. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of arrowroot to it and mix it up.
I don't think you added tamari.
I didn't. I was waiting to add the arrowroot to this and then use that. I didn't want to clump up the arrowroot. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce in here. And I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper.
What, a half a teaspoon of pepper?
Yeah. And I'm going to go with just a pinch of salt, like
a quarter teaspoon is what it looked like.
Because you know, I added the tamari, so I want to see how it goes.
And you can always add salt at the table. You know, people salt their food, and that way people who need more
can add more. All right, now it seems nice and hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my slurry in here.
And that's a cup of broth and a tablespoon of
arrowroot. And I'm gonna let this all sit here. I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it'll thicken as it simmers.
Once it comes to a boil, it'll start to thicken.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cover this and let it simmer for a few minutes. All right. So the gravy is ready now, and I want to show you how it looks. Look at that. It looks so thick and rich. Look at that.
And delicious. It smells really good.
Yeah, it smells really, really good. So now that my mushroom gravy is ready, steady to go, I had some leftover lentil loaf that Pam made. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top my loaf with the mushroom sauce. So here we go.
And then we could just have veggies on the side, cucumber or broccoli or something, and it would be so good. Or pair that up with the cauliflower potato mash.
Yeah, and then top it off.
Some green beans or something. That would be delicious.
And look at that.
Let's look at it.
It looks so good. Looks amazing.
It smells good too.
Yeah, it smells really good. I really hope you guys give this recipe a try. Tell us how it goes. And while you're doing all of that, don't forget to head over to kindredvegans.com and sign up for your newsletter. And we will be back here tomorrow with another video. Till then, enjoy. Bye.
Bye.